Alistair Weaver here for Edmunds at a top secret location with a stat that might just shock you. Last year the Honda CR-V was the third biggest selling vehicle in the world, selling over 900,000 units even in a depressed market, and 350,000 of those were sold right here in the US. So when there's an all new one, it's a pretty big deal. No pressure, Honda, not at all. And the CR-V's success isn't just commercial. Even now on its very deathbed, it remains Edmunds' top-ranked small SUV, outpointing such luminaries as the Mazda CX-50 and the much newer Hyundai Tucson. And it does so not by being outstanding in any area, but by being a great all-rounder. Priced for under 30 grand, it remains the default family car. It's no surprise then that for this, the new 6th generation 2023 model, Honda has taken an evolutionary approach to borrow from that old saying, they've kept both the baby and the bathwater. It still looks like a CR-V and it's pretty much the same size, just 2.7 inches longer overall. But in keeping with the current zeitgeist, it's a bit more rugged. It's a bit more adventure chic. This comfortable runabout vehicle, that CR-V, has been told to toughen up. There's also more differentiation between the trims. This entry-level EX and the slightly posher EXL get plenty of chrome and a more understated vibe. Or you can have a sport or a super posh sport touring, of which this is one. Then you get more black trim, you get some fake nostrils, and there's a pièce de résistance, some rectangular exhaust pipes. Oh yes. Right, let's take a peek inside, but before we do that, if you like what you see and admire a man who can just about pull off double denim, then subscribe to our channel, and if you're looking to sell your car, head to edmunds.com/sellmycar and we'll make you a cash offer. Promo over, on with the interior. This is the entry-level EX trim, which we expect to cost about 30,000 bucks when it goes on sale later this year. And yes, it doesn't have all the posh accoutrements you'd expect of a more high-end model. This steering wheel, for example, is plastic, but overall the sense of quality is good. This new honeycomb dash treatment is very much becoming a Honda signature, which debuted on the latest generation Civic. And I love these little joystick controls for the air vents that Car Geek moment remind me of an old Saab. The fit and finish and the basic material choice also feels a cut above the old CR-V. What don't I like? Well, the big issue for me remains this screen. This is an all-new car and Honda still hasn't found a way of integrating it into the interior. It's like the designers forgot and decided to dump it on top of the dashboard. This being the entry-level EX, you get a 7-inch display and an interface that still feels a bit, well, Windows 95. This has long been a Honda problem. However, what you're more likely to do is plug your phone in with a cable, then you can access both Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So you're going to hit connect on the screen here, and then you're going to be able to indulge your full passions for country music. If you upgrade to the Sport Touring trim, you get such niceties as a bigger touchscreen with wireless CarPlay or Android Auto, plus your trim and a funky Bose Hi-Fi. Let's talk practicality. There's plenty of oddment storage space, a couple of cup holders, and Honda is super proud of its 9-litre storage bin right here in the middle that they say is truly class leading. What else do I like? Well, this driving position is excellent, held by an 8-way power adjustable driver's seat, which is impressive on an entry-level car. This steering wheel can also adjust in and out and up and down, so the driving position can be tailored to all shapes and sizes. It's also a bit more car-like than the old CR-V, which was a bit more SUV. I like it. Honda's also upgraded the safety kit in the CR-V. You get a new donut-shaped airbag in the front that they say is better for offset impacts. You get knee bags for the first time and side impact airbags in the rear. Great to see. There's also a plethora of electronic systems that should help you avoid an accident in the first place, things that help you stay in lane or brake in an emergency. It's also good that all this kit is standard on every trim level, so you don't have to pay extra for a posher model to feel safe and secure in your car. Good stuff. There's also, for the first time, a rear seat reminder in case you leave your dog or your kid in the back seat when you step out to, I don't know, go to dinner or something. Apparently, this is a real thing. So there's now a reminder that says, hey, check the rear seat for little Jimmy. Talking of the rear, here I am. This seat is set up for my 6'4" frame, and as you can see, I've got plenty of knee room. This is properly impressive. Honda says there's just 0.6 of an inch more rear legroom than there was in the old model, which is pretty negligible, but overall, nice place to be. And what they have introduced is more recline for the rear seat, which now has 8 different settings of recline, including this one, where you can kind of lie back, relax, and let somebody else chauffeur you to your destination.
There's also a family-size, well-shaped trunk. On hybrid versions, it measures 36.3 cubic feet behind the seats, which is similar to its rivals.
And if you choose a non-hybrid version of the CR-V, you can also lower the trunk floor to give you an extra bit of practicality, and of course the rear seat split 60-40 as you'd expect for carrying those big loads. Let's talk engines and motors. You basically got 2 options: a 1.5 litre turbo with 190 horsepower that's carried over from the old model, and a tweaked new hybrid system, 2 litre 4-cylinder gas powered engine connected to 2 electric motors, which gives you more power, 204 horsepower, and a big dollop more torque or low down pull. Honda expects 50% of customers to choose the hybrid, which is a big uptick over the old model. Those numbers are competitive, but not exactly class leading. Later on, we expect to see a plug-in hybrid version of this CR-V, but not just yet. And there won't be a full EV version. Honda's working on something different for that. All-wheel drive is available on every trim and actually standard on the Sport Touring that we have over there. It's been updated a little bit, so now 50% of the torque can go to the rear wheels, which should help in slippy terrain. Also, for the first time on a CR-V, you get hill descent control, which helps you navigate down steep, slippy descents and pretty much takes care of all the braking for you. And on top of that, you get a snow mode, which makes it easier to navigate slippery surfaces. It changes things like the throttle response, which again is great news, particularly if you live in the snow belt. So how much is all this going to cost? Well, the current SUV spans about $28,000 to $40,000, including destination. Honda admits that this new model is going to go up in price a little bit. Hey, so is everything else. So we're expecting about 30 to 45 grand. It's always been a decent value, and we expect that to remain true, and it'll be very much in line with the main competitors. This is a very sensible update of a very sensible car. There's nothing here that makes you say wow, but then what did you really expect? There's also nothing here that makes us think that the CR-V won't continue to duke it out with the very best in the small SUV class. It goes on sale this summer, and we'll be driving it very soon. Can't wait. So if you want to learn more about it, do stay tuned or subscribe, like, comment, visit the Edmunds.com website, or do all that great internet stuff, and we'll tell you all about it as the future unfolds. Thank you for watching. See you soon.